the edge of the creek up to there is an incline of probably 3 feet.
Okay.
Was, yeah,
Yeah.
of course. And the creek, okay, the creek right here, right there, this is not quite, right here, well, it'd have to be here where the downfall tree was, where we were coming up here.
Yeah, that's the log jam right there.
The log jam right there, so the downfall tree would be right there. So Roger would start the filming. I won't answer that. Roger would start the filming right there, run across the creek, and then he'd stumble and fall right there in as he run across the creek, and then this log that's buried halfway in the sand, he'd jump, run, and stabilize his elbows on that as he traveled this way. Started up through here like this.
Is he laying on the ground?
And then Roger relocated back. This is when he asked me, I'm still sitting here on my horse. And when she got there, he had to relocate to get a better view.
Yeah, you'll see that later.
So that's when I rode across the creek and rode where she was traveling like that, kind of sort of behind her.
Yeah.
And got down off the horse.
Yeah, now, that's actually his starting point when he actually turns on the camera. He stops the camera temporarily here for half a second and starts it right back up again. It's around frame 90. He's gonna run all the way to here, which is about frame 189. He's gonna stop running the camera. When he reaches this point, then he's gonna move over to here, and this is where he's getting ready to cross the creek, and he does that 2-frame camera slip, and it catches a little bit of the creek. That's right at that point. And he goes down, he comes back up, and he starts his camera again before he's even at the top of the creek bed. Runs around this little S branch. Now he plants himself for the look back.
Okay, yeah.
She's going through the trees. He's got her on hold. About the time she reaches this third tree right here, that's when she starts to disappear behind the trees. Moves forward about 5 feet. She's still behind the trees walking away. He's grinding film and not seeing her except a little bit of nothing. That's when he impulsively has to run over to the log here where he gets a cleaner shot of her through the trees. And she continues on and she goes into there.
And this is the creek as it disappears up the other canyon, right?
Yeah, somewhere up there.
Yeah.
So that's actually what goes on with Roger and her in relation to each other.
What's the highest score you ever got on this game?
Now, what's interesting to me about it is the fact that right at this moment, when she's walking, she's not walking real fast or real hard because she's got this whole natural barrier of this creek between her and Roger.
Yes.
So she doesn't seem to be really afraid.
Right.
So her movements are actually slow and her arm just kind of hangs there. It isn't until Roger comes back up here suddenly and charges forward to that spot when he's closest to her. That's what scares her into that power walk.
Okay. Yeah.
When she really starts pumping.
Strolling out pretty good.
Looks back, sees that he's now standing still, so she relaxes a bit while she goes behind there.
Okay.
Now, she might have done another look back about right here when Roger was running around here and the camera was pointed at the ground instead of her.
Okay.
So there may have been more than one look back. I think that was often described.
There was more than one.
It was probably right in here, and it was probably just when he was starting to come up on this side, or it might have been when he was even crossing the creek and such like that. But
Bob, didn't you think that one of the look back was when you dismounted?
What's that again?
Didn't you think that one of the look backs was prompted by your dismounting from
Yeah,
your
the one
horse?
that they're using on a lot of those different frames are the ones they put on these belt buckles. To me, the best of my memory, that's the way it looked when I got off the horse, and because I knew I couldn't do anything on the horse. So I stepped down off the horse, and that's when Roger was at that angle, so he got that picture of her, but I was kind of behind her, not not all the way, but like about where Cliff is there compared to you, Bill. I was about that way behind her when I stepped down off the horse, and that's when she did that. The best of my memory, the really, the biggest turn. The other turn was, I think, just a head turn slightly, but that was to kind of look towards where Roger
Yeah,
was.
quick over the shoulder,
Yeah.
yeah. Now, one thing.
Because when she looked at me, that made that complete, she never slowed down or never missed stride, but she made that turn, see, with the body and the arm and the head.
Right. Now, one thing, let me just freeze this for a second. This is just speculation on my part, but I'm wondering, you first saw her, she was down about along the
Yep,
creek
right,
there.
right about in there.
Okay. But there aren't any trackways of her walking to the creek, right?
Yeah.
Just walking away.
See, that's what we tried to figure out, whether she come across that log jam area and down there, or whether she walked down the creek or up the creek.
Yeah, that's what, it seems to me, she might have originally been walking along the creek.
Yeah, in the creek, huh?
In the creek or on the edge.
Well, I think maybe it could have been, well, we didn't look along there, over in this area, we never looked along the creek there for footprints, because once we knew where the trackway went, that's where we concentrated on the film that Roger took and the plaster cast.
So she might have come down this way and was here when you first see her. She can't go back the same way because Roger is too close. She doesn't want to be close to him, so she wants this barrier, but she still wants to get back there because that's
Yeah.
where she came from.
That's, well, that's where she originally went, see, up
Yeah.
through there.
Yeah.
And then,
that
Which
makes
is
sense.
why she did not go into the forest here, she did not go into the forest there.
because the forest was really heavy over on that side of the hill, and up that way it was really heavy.
Yeah, but she wanted to get back there.
Yeah, something's back there.
So she couldn't take the same path this way because then she'd be walking at Roger and he's coming at her like gangbusters
Right,
there.
right.
So her only other way to get there is to go around that
And then up that
and then
road.
back into there.
Yeah.
And that's why you've only got tracks going that way and no tracks coming in this
Some of
way.
that, yeah.
That's what it seems
Makes
like
sense
to
to me.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, we never speculated on anything like that, or never, I don't know why, but everything was happening so rapidly, and it was getting, you know, October 20th, it doesn't take long, in the afternoon where it starts, the shadows start getting a little long. By the time we got that, Roger got that, the plaster poured and stuff and filmed that. You know, the sun was setting in the west pretty rapidly.
Yeah, you only got a window of a few hours.
Although the
total.
sun was shining that afternoon, that early afternoon when this all happened, the sun was shining bright.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's happening somewhere around 12:30, 1 o'clock, thereabouts.
Yeah.
Sun angle's perfect for that. But yeah, you're gonna, with the height of the mountains and the pine trees all around there, you're gonna be losing sun in 2.5 hours, maybe 3 at the
Yeah,
most.
see, and everything was, we had to move pretty fast to get that all taken care of.
Yeah.